Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with part 2 of our Phantasy Calradia Let's Play. So, a bit of preamble before we dive in here. I've done a soft restart after digging through the game files. I decided to make a few changes, or excuse me, the mod files. I decided to make a few changes that weren't save game compatible. So I have imported or exported the character from the end of last episode into this new save. But a few things are different. Obviously, we don't have the relation changes that we had from last episode. Our renown is a little bit higher because of the way that you have to cheat in renown. It comes in like sets of, or chunks of 50, and I think we were at 30. So we're a little bit higher in renown, but we lost those relationship points, so I guess it's a wash. But yeah, I decided to go in and change around some of the companion characters because I fiddled around a little bit with the mod between episodes, and I really like some of the backstories for the companion characters that this mod introduces. And so we're going to have a few of the mod introduced companions in our party along with the companions that you guys come up with. That way we can kind of see some of what this mod has to offer, and we don't just completely neglect it to implement our own ones, because there are a ton of companions in this mod. I think there's well over 30, so we'll have a few of the Phantasy Calradia ones, and then all of the old companions, the native ones, are going to be replaced by the ones that you guys come up with, and a few of the Phantasy Calradia ones too, because some of them are kind of boring. But with that said, we're starting, sort of where we left off last time. We're back in the same area, but it is technically 2 days prior, and our renown is a bit higher. We don't have those relationship things we got from doing the quest, but whatever. Also, a bit of backstory for our character, because we kind of just dove right in last time, but I wanted to talk more about our character, Tyrannor Raffhorn. I still have a hard time with his name for some reason. So, a little bit of backstory on the mod itself, actually, here. This area, all the way down at the bottom of the map, is where the undead are rising up out of the ground. If I remember from the lore, essentially the people out here were promised eternal life by some dark lord, and he tricked them because they did live forever, but they did so as undead. So they are coming here, and our character, I'm still having a hard time remembering. I should have picked something easier. Tyrannor used to live down in sort of the south here, part of I guess like somewhere in this area, and eventually the undead kind of swarmed north at one point and killed his wife and son, and so that's when he sort of committed himself to religion and became a cleric or a paladin. And that's sort of where he's at now, is he has taken up this cause under the Lord of Mourning. I still can't remember his name. It starts with an L, but that's where we're at now. So that's kind of our motivation. And so obviously Tyrannor is going to be very, very intent on slaying evil things, but especially undead things. And so anyways, we need to start making money and building up our party. I'm going to try to stick to only named characters for a good while here, because anything that we recruit is going to severely slow us down. But if we have named companions, we can give them horses and keep our party moving pretty quickly. Also, we can give them more pathfinding skill, which will keep us moving too. So we're going to head to Uxkhal Call here. I'm pretty sure we stopped off there last episode, but things may have changed because this is technically a new save game. If we don't have any luck there, I might head south into Rodok's territory and see what's happening in their towns. But I don't know that we're going to have a ton of luck this early, just because the game hasn't really implemented any quests yet. So I think the Lord is still here. Let's head inside and have a chat with him. Is that him there? Yeah. Delinard. Let's see, Delinard, what are you up to? My name is Tyranor Raffhorn at your service. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Wow, that's not very nice. Do you have any jobs for me? No? Okay, well, I'm sorry to have bothered you. Anyways, let's take a walk around the streets and we'll try to find the guildmaster, see if he's got any work for us. As long as we're not hurting cattle, I'm open to, you know, doing all sorts of things. Where the hell would the guildmaster be? Not front and center, unfortunately. And I don't have the layouts of these towns memorized. I know some people do. Some people know like exactly where the guildmasters are everywhere. But I do not. Because I play a lot more mods than I do native. And there's a lot of mods that will let you just talk to the guildmaster directly. You don't have to go find the guy. Because what's the point in that? You can talk to all the different marketplaces without going and finding them. So, you know, why would the guildmaster be any different? But he is. And that's one of the few things that this mod doesn't add. It is based on diplomacy, and it has quite a few features. It's got an expanded cheat menu. All the stuff that would normally come with diplomacy, as well as all the magic stuff. Oh, he was right behind us. All the magic stuff that this mod adds specifically, so... Really? No jobs, huh? Let's see, I actually wanted to ask, before we do that, how is the wealth of this region? Okay. Poorer than... Okay, so you're the second poorest town. Got it. How productive are you? You're like dead center. Okay, so I don't think this is a good place to invest. I don't think we're going to bother with that. Anyway, let's jump into the tavern here and see if there's anybody that might want to join us. There are a few. Oh, okay. Ymira is a native companion, so she won't be joining us. But Aiden is new. Let's have a chat with him. Greetings, young man. My name is Aiden, a wizard of sorts. Wizard, I don't suppose you'd be interested in joining my group, would you? Well, I must underline the of sorts rather than wizard, you see. I indeed come from the wizard tower, but indeed am familiar with spellbooks and scrolls, indeed am familiar with spellbooks and scrolls, but I actually worked until recently as a librarian for the Mages Guild. I have read about many wonderful things and places and about mighty wizards, warriors, and monsters. My mind always traveled with the heroes of the adventures I read until one day I decided to see all those wondrous things with my own eyes. I want to experience the life on the road and the excitement and the fear of battle. I want to battle the monsters and know by myself all the different Calradian cultures. The work of the library was interesting for the last 40 years, but I want something more. I don't want to die an old man in that library dreaming about the things I could have done when I could actually do them before my time comes. Okay. I mean, you still know magic, right? Right? Great. I promise my loyalty and to fight by your side with the full extent of my power. Okay. Let me just get my spellbook and a few reagents, and I'll meet you by the gates. Sure thing. Cool. By the way, all of the companions that the mod adds will join you for free. And so here we have another one. She's an elf, although you can't really tell. Her ears are hidden. Alithira. Harani Kahela de Shenue. Good sir. Why are you speaking to me? I couldn't... let's see. Okay. I guess we have to mention her appearance no matter what. I just couldn't resist talking to a pretty elf lady such as yourself. She blushes. Oh, well, thank you. I guess there are still people with good taste among these savages. The truth is, I actually feel comfortable among non-elves. They're so... Hold on. Okay, I'm a bit confused what they're trying to say here. Does she mean the elves are uptight and sanctimonious? I think that's what it's supposed to say, but it's written a bit awkwardly. So the truth is that I actually feel comfortable among non-elves. They are so uptight and sanctimonious. I am the daughter of a mighty elven magician. She is really upstanding in the elf forest community and always wanted me to become a magic user. I prefer the wilderness, though, and a trusty bow at my side rather than spells and books. So the day I came of age, I just went away. My mother wasn't very pleased and warned me that as long as I kept these non-mage tantrums, I would be disowned. I left the forest and started wandering around Calradia. I thought it would be okay, seeing as I am an elf trained in archery and all that, but Calradia has proven to be a dangerous place. It seems I was very overconfident, and I have been almost killed a couple of times, either by bandits or by undead horrors. The last time I barely escaped alive and managed to crawl back to this town. Perhaps if we traveled together, we would keep each other safe. What do you think? You can be sure of that. I expect to be one of the great powers of Calradia. That's not... I think Tyrannor would be a little bit more humble than that, but certainly we'll keep each other safe. Fantastic. I think you will find my abilities as an archer quite useful. Then welcome aboard. Okay. So let's jump out real quick and we'll take a look at their... Actually, you know what? I don't need to leave, technically. I love mods that let you run around with people. Like when you go in somewhere and your companions go with you. I like that. You can order them around. Oh wait, everybody. Stop trying to run through the bar and come over here. Or not. Okay. Anyways, we'll go into our party screen and check from here. So, it looks like... Oh, I can't talk to them here, though. So they're both on foot, and that's going to be a problem because it'll slow us down. So, let's look at the horse merchant here. Lame, huh? A heavy hunter that requires riding 3. Oh man, and they're expensive. Well, that one's really cheap. I'm going to grab it, and we'll see if it makes any significant difference. But I can't really afford to buy them horses that are like several thousand gold. Anyways, let's head out, since there was no work here for us. And I want to see their actual gear. So let me... Oh, that was your skills. Whoops. I want your equipment. So he's got a gnarled staff, a novice robe, and some wrapping boots. Okay, so nothing special there. And what about her? She has an elven warblade, which is pretty good. Regular arrows and a short bow. She's wearing elven leather armor and elven leather boots. Alright, so she's got slightly better equipment. Let's take a look at how fast we can move. We're going to head south to... Let's go to Valuca and see if they have any work for us. I would consider talking to the various villages, but generally they just ask you to buy them cattle, and I can't afford to do that right now. Every once in a while we'll get like a trained villagers quest, but they don't pay particularly well, and the chances of getting one is fairly slim. Also, they take forever. Count Raffard, do you happen to have any work for me? I can do that. Where is he? Rourke of Ellerdag. Kinsman at Amir. Okay, I will execute the law. Alright. Amir. I should know where that is. I feel like I just conquered that area in our kingdom playthrough. There it is. Okay, so instead of going to Valuca, let's hit Dirham. Again, I know that we visited that in the last episode, but we're dealing with a new save here. So technically we haven't been there yet, and it's on the way. So we might be able to find some more work as we go. Also, it's worth checking to see. We're 9.2, so we're still moving at a pretty good clip despite adding 2 people on foot to our party, so that's good. Oh no, a lawless elven warband has been spotted. That's scary. I don't know if the elves are as bad as whatever the elves are called in Prophecy of Pendor, that like even entire armies get slaughtered by. But I don't want to find out. Not the hard way anyways. Okay, Count Clace is here, so we can ask him about work, and we can also talk to the guildmaster. Let's jump into the tavern first, though. Let's see, we've got a traveler, some mercenary mages. I don't think I can afford mercenaries just yet. Again, trying to keep my party lean and mean. I don't want too many people in it to slow us down. Is there any really cheap horses here? Another lame sumpter horse, a stubborn saddle horse. That's actually significantly better. It is a bit more expensive, but I'll take it. And I'm wondering if it's worth investing in these sumpter horses, just because if you leave horses in your party long enough, they can heal and lose their negative traits. Although, I don't know if I've ever tested that with a horse I bought. It's usually a horse that I rode and am the reason why it's lame. But I'm kind of curious. And so I'm going to buy these. And hopefully they no longer are lame down the road. But for 99 dinars, like, that could end up being a steal. So we're going to pay 500 for 2 horses, which isn't too bad. Also, is there any armor that would be like... Wow, okay. I thought armor was going to be a lot more expensive. For 2,000 I can get a pretty decent surcoat. That might be worth doing. Actually, I think the mail shirt would be better. Just because it's slightly cheaper and it doesn't have... It's not quite as good in the body. I mean, it's 3 points. But it doesn't have as bad of a magic modifier. It's only -10 versus -15. Although something like that wouldn't be a terrible idea either, because that doesn't hurt our magic at all. But that doesn't look like something a paladin would wear. Or a cleric, or... technically we're a cleric. So like this is 0. That's 0. Wow, that's actually better than all of these. Huh. I'll do it. I like the robes better just because they are more fitting, but in this case that's a significant upgrade, and it's a better deal than everything else here, so I'll grab it. Then let's go to the castle first. We'll talk to Count Clace, see what he's got for us, and if he has nothing, then we will talk to the guildmaster. We'll talk to the guildmaster anyways. Let's see. Alright, so you're not honorable. We can tell that much already. Count Deglin, Tilbout Castle. That's not going to gain me any significant money, so I'm going to decline. That's like chump change. Alright, let's see. Introduce ourselves. Anything we can do to win your favor? No? Okay. Lord Castor Valuca. You're the pretender, right? Yeah. No, thanks. Not joining any factions this time. So let's walk around the streets. And let's see. The guildmaster will almost assuredly be whatever direction I choose not to walk in. So my gut is telling me, I don't know, maybe in here. So let's see, that is probably the weapons merchant. That looks to be the armor over there. And then that should be the horse merchant right here, so... Oh, and that's probably the goods merchant in there, or that's just an empty room. But either way, I don't think he's in this area. Let's move through here and maybe we'll find him. Okay. Mr. Guildmaster, do you happen to have any work for me? No. Okay. It's unfortunate. How does the wealth here compare? Poorer than 26 and richer than 3. So you're like the the third? Wait, I don't know why I said 3. That's a 2. The third poorest town on the map right now. In terms of local industry, we produce less than... Okay, so you're pretty bad in terms of production, too. No, thanks. I'd like to invest in somewhere fairly wealthy. Also, I just bought this armor, so I don't know if I can afford that just yet. Right, so... where to head next? Well, first off, we have to go to Amir, so we'll do that. But from there... maybe south. I think we should continue south. Oh, also, I wanted to mention, we do, of course, plan on forming the Swords of the Morning, our own mercenary company. And I think that any good mercenary company would have some sort of... Oh, we leveled up. We actually leveled up last episode, too, and I don't think I ever allocated those points. So let's see. I don't need to talk to myself to do that. I can throw both into charisma and up our party size a bit. But that seems irrelevant at this point because I'm not trying to recruit people. So I think instead I'm going to throw both points into intelligence. That will maximize the skill points that I can spend, and intelligence I think will be important because there are certain things... I don't... Is that charisma? I would think, based on where it's... Yeah, based on where it is in here, I would assume that that's charisma dependent, because persuasion is entertainment, you would think would be, as are the rest of these. And so I would assume that everything from persuasion down is, whereas engineering up to... I don't know where intelligence would end. Creativity. Maybe like creativity down to engineering, so like all of those. So there's a lot of skills that would depend on that. Most important for us is going to be like faith, and then magic, power, and defense. So let's put 2 points there. I'll throw one into Iron Flesh to keep us, you know, upright. Let's see. Training, not going to be important for a while. I guess surgery wouldn't be a terrible idea. Like, I don't know any of my cleric spells yet, so I don't know how much faith is going to help me immediately. Instead, I think surgery is a good idea. And I guess surgery and wound treatment. That makes the most sense. And then for the last point, we'll do it into Power Strike, just so we're a little bit more competent in combat. And then, of course, one-handed skill, because we're flinging or swinging maces around. So there we go. Right, so we need to walk around the village center. Okay, I'm going to assume it's this guy, because he's just standing here. Everybody else is walking around. Nervous man, yes. Wait, I don't think I finished my thought earlier. Hold on, let's deal with this guy. Yeah, blah blah blah. Here to execute the law, and we'll beat him over the head a bit. Aiden, you're in the way. Aiden, you're making this really difficult. There we go. Finally clubbed him. Okay, so we can leave now. But as I was starting to say, and I think I lost track of my thoughts there, any good mercenary company would have some sort of, you know, uniform. And so if you guys have any ideas regarding that, or if you're artistic and would like to kind of like sketch up like a concept, feel free to either let me know in the comments or, you know, link to whatever in the comments. But I'd like to see what you guys think would be cool for the relative, you know, uniforms for our guys. Obviously, they're going to be fairly mixed because we're going to have all sorts of different troops and races and whatnot in our party, but it would still be cool to have like some unifying theme to all of it. Anyways, let's see here. We found him. We need to track down Count Raffard, who was in the field between Uxkhal and Nomar, and that is current. So if we hustle back here, he should still be in roughly that area. And once we turn in that quest, we'll head to Valuca. Okay, well, I ran into Devlian. I'm going to ask him, first of all, if he's got any work for us, and then second, where Raffard is, because obviously in the time it took us to travel here, he's probably moved. So, I think that's what martial lords say. I don't remember, but everything that these guys say tips you off as to what temperament they are. And that one is not debauched. I think it's martial, but I don't remember. Let's see. Any jobs for me? No. Okay. Well, then I just need to ask you if you would happen to know where Raffard is. Vinecord Castle, so he's pretty close by. Be right here. That doesn't appear to be his, though, because that is his heraldry there, so this is somebody else's, and he's just visiting. Or wait, no, that's Devlin's heraldry, I think. I don't know, I'm confused now. Let's see. Let's request a meeting with him. There's nobody here? What? There we go. That was strange. I don't know why it wouldn't let me meet with him. Anywho, in we go. And so, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. That is definitely Rafard's castle. We do. About the task you gave me, I have taken care of it. Alright. Do I refuse the money for the honor, or do I take it? 300. I'm going to refuse and take the honor. I think honor is going to help me quite a bit. And that's not a lot of money. A single tournament would make us several times that, so I'll refuse the blood money. I'll gain some relation with him, and more importantly, some honor. And let's see. While we're here, do you happen to need a champion for anything? No. Okay. Never mind then. It's a bit disappointing. All of the female characters in this mod have the exact same face, just with different skin and hair colors. So that's, yeah, I mean, that's going to get probably really old really fast. Everybody looking exactly the same. Anyways, to Valuca we go. And we'll pray that there's either a tournament or some work for us there. Actually, we should start asking around about tournaments. I just don't want to become too reliant on them, because we're not like a tournament knight. We are, you know, a cleric. So that's not super fitting, but at the same time, you know, we need money, so I'll do what I have to. I think you're going to need some strength, bud. And then we'll throw that point into Iron Flesh, just so he doesn't get knocked out super easily. I didn't think he'd be this weak. I thought he'd at least have... He has some skill in magic, but he doesn't know any spells. Let's see. I don't know what proficiencies spells use. I would think like throwing, because I think they're like items that you... Like throwing items that you equip, but they're fireballs instead of javelins. I'll hold off for now, though. Alright, so in we go. And nothing happening here. So let's see if anybody's home. Just the lady. Do you need a champion? No. Okay. Well then, let's hit the tavern up. And is there anybody here that would be worthy of joining us? It doesn't look like it. That is, well, that was one of the Phantasy Calradia companions, by the way, but he's like a demon or something. And I didn't think a really debauched demon fit very well in our party, so I changed him into an orc so that we have one extra orc character to be, you know, used by one of your characters. Ransom Broker, no, don't have any need of that, and Mercenary Horseman, not going to help me at the moment. So, let's go find that damn Guildmaster. Ooh, it's a bit hazy. Where the hell would he be? I guess up toward the main keep here or something? Alright, I've found him. So, first things first, do you have any work? Delivering some wine. In Nord territory. That's a bit far. That is not worth it, man. No, I'm sorry. That's a waste of my time. I mean, if it were like 500, I would do it, because I don't mind heading north and visiting those towns, but like, that is not enough to justify me heading in that direction. So sorry, I'm gonna have to say no. However, how does your wealth here compare? We are poorer than... This is the poorest town. We found it. Okay, well, that's not going to help. And you are a little bit better in terms of production, but still not great. So that's a real shame. Alright, well, this seems to have been a worthless visit. Is there, like, anything happening here? No, we already checked that, didn't we? Alright, then let's just be on our way. Wow. Glad we came here. Jokala is not very far, so let's hit that place up next. I don't know if I want to go all the way to Yellen, because that's kind of out of the way. We'll see, though. Maybe instead we'll cut back. Actually, we can go visit the Wizard Tower, because that's a town. We could also head east and visit some of the Serenade territories. Alright, so... I didn't see if anybody was here, so let's poke our heads in the castle real quick. I don't see anybody over there. Just a lady, okay. Into the tavern, then. And, oh, we have a dwarf character over there. Elven Foresters. Are you guys just archers? I think they're just archers. Let's see. Fruorin. Ho there, friend. Come have a drink with me. This beer is fantastic. Sure, my name is Tyranor Rathhorn. What brings you here? In short, the beer. The sweet golden elixir of life. This brew is one of the best I've ever had. It has a subtle hint of orange peel and coriander. Magnificent. I've worked in my father's brewery my entire life. One day it's going to be mine, and I wish to brew the best beer in the Norcrack realm. For that matter, the best beer in all of Calradia. You're going to call it like Bugman's Brew or something? I plan to travel around this great land and sample every beer in Calradia. By the looks of it, you are of the wandering sort, and if I come with you, there's no doubt that I'll come along many new types of beer and ales and wonderful drinks. What say you, mate? Are you want me to join you? I have been trained in the ways of war, just like most dwarves, so I am quite handy with an axe. Sure. Cool. Welcome aboard. So, it seems like he's a capable fighter, and maybe since he's trying to open up a brewery, he has some knowledge of trade as well. The dwarves don't look super dwarfy in this. They're short, but they're not, like, all that stocky or anything. I kind of like the dwarves in, what's the Warhammer mod called? I don't know why I'm blanking on it. Warsword Conquest. We've played it before on the channel. I don't know why I couldn't remember. I think the dwarves in Warsword Conquest look a little bit better, just because I think they're even shorter, and they're a lot, like, wider set. So they're very obviously dwarves, and they don't just look like slightly smaller people from a distance. Anything in the marketplace that I absolutely can't live without? Just a bunch of sumpter horses. Are you guys ever going to heal? That one did. Cool. So that works. We can buy really inexpensive sumpter horses and then just let them heal in our party. Is my horse better than that one? It is. Okay. But at least I have a backup. Anything in here? No. Nope. I think the armor I have is going to be probably the best thing I can justify owning for a while. There's obviously like full plate sets and stuff, but they cost, tens of thousands of gold, and I can't afford that. Is there a better shield? I think our shield is pretty... Oh, it's battered. Maybe not. I was going to say, I think it's pretty decent, but apparently it's not. 22 resistance. That's pretty good. 10. Those aren't significantly better. Like, that is a far better deal. Given the price. You're paying like 200 more for more than double the resistance. Whereas these are even worse than that. I think I'll just stick with my kite shield for now. I don't care that much. That's a cool sword, though. I'm sticking with... I'm going to try to stick with maces. I use swords a lot. And so I'd like to do something different. Especially since we're a cleric. It's fitting, So let's hit the streets and find this guildmaster. And hopefully he'll have some work for us. Because so far these guildmasters have not been... Oh, goodies right here. Have not been very useful. No? Great. Well, how's the wealth around here? Poorer than 7, richer than 21. So this place is actually pretty decent. Let's see. In terms of production, you guys are literally dead center. Alright. Praven's most dangerous. It's actually kind of dangerous around here. Well, if I wanted to invest, what would be my potential profit here? So 200. Why is the currency different? That's weird. How about a brewery? 321 a week for 3,000? That's not bad. I'll think about that. A tannery. Whoa. 6,500. I can't afford that right now. Or I think I can? I might be close, but I definitely would be broke after that. But that is an amazing profit. 709 is fantastic. So if we make some money, we should come back here and invest in a tannery. It looks like I don't have enough. Wine press, that's pretty good as well. It's a little bit more, it's more money down, but it's more profit as well. Oil press, whoa, 10,000 though. But still, that's an amazing profit. Okay, ironworks, that's terrible. Weavery and dye works, whoa, just keeps getting better. 1,700. That's a lot of money down. Like 10,000 is a lot. 12,000, I don't think we could ever justify that. That's pretty good. 4,500 for 700. Definitely think we're going to be investing in something at Jelkala. But we need to make money first, and that seems to be difficult because nobody will give me a job, nor will there be tournaments anywhere. So let's go to the Wizard Tower and see what they have going on. It looks like the Nords and the Dwarves have concluded a non-aggression pact. Interesting. I mean, they overlap a lot of territory, so it makes sense. Alright, so Aiden has stopped us to talk to us about the Wizard Tower, since that's where he's from. So the Wizard Tower is not very far from here. Why don't you tell me more? I must say I spent a lot of good years in that place. The library is, well, just really impressive. You know that I had several homunculus servants to help me with the maintenance? We tried with a few aerial servants, but they were much too volatile. Get it? Sort of, I get it. It's like a science joke. Anyway, I even learned a few cantrips to safely clear some dust off old tomes. Perhaps if we stopped there, I could go and say hi to a few old friends and acquaintances. I think the Mage Guild Master didn't like me leaving, but it's my life, not his, so... Okay. Well, he stopped me right next to the Archmage, so let's talk to him, I presume? Yeah. Man, that is a mage if I've ever seen one. Yeah. He is honorable based on that. This is what honorable lords say when they first meet you. So, any tasks? No? Okay, that's unfortunate. So he might be somebody that we can befriend. Again, we're not going to be joining any factions, but we are going to be serving as a mercenary for factions, and it would be better for me as a cleric to serve honorable factions rather than dishonorable ones. So, first things first, we've already talked to him, so let's go straight to the tavern. We have Unela. I don't see anybody else, so let's talk to her. Hello there, stranger. Hello, orc. I'm quite lost, you see. It's a long story, but hey, it's not like we aren't sharing a beer right now. Are we? You're not drinking, and neither am I. See, my mother was a shaman, a pretty damn powerful one. They say that once her entire patrol had been ambushed near Elven Woods. Every single orc warrior got impaled by dozens of arrows. Once they were all dead, the elves got out and tried to approach her, maybe to capture her. There were 9 elves. Probably one more still hidden in the woods. She picked up a sword and rushed forward. See, she was quite fast, and she got them surprised. I don't know what they expected of an orc. Anyway, she cut the head off the first one, knocked the second one with a single punch. I too have some stories about the little brittle elven bones, and she didn't remember what she did with the others. She then left and became somewhat of a legend. You would say I must be proud of her, however, I'm the reason she died. One day she went to battle against the Kurgites, but in the middle of the fight she started giving birth to me. Wow, okay. Maybe don't go into battle like when you're that pregnant. Or pregnant at all, really. Anyway, as soon as I was born, she tried fighting on. I'm told she was fierce as a lioness, but weakened by childbirth. She was slain. Then one of the Kurgit warriors took me and raised me as his own. I'm grateful to him, but I'm wandering Calradia, trying to find a meaning to being an orc and a Kurgit. Perhaps if we join forces. I don't know how the orcs are viewed in this particular universe. I get the impression that they're sort of antagonistic because we actually start out at war with them as humans. So we can't enter their towns without sneaking in. But she is technically, she was raised human, so she's not really aligned with the other orcs. So I think in this case we'll make an exception. Although, for the most part, I don't think orcs are generally going to be aligned with us. Or they're definitely not right now. As it happens, I tend to wander quite a bit between different races. Wait. You're wandering between different races and cultures? Whatever. I'm not going to overthink it. It's good that you're not prejudiced. An orc woman has a really hard time finding honest work. I imagine, yeah. Especially since you can't... Or I don't know if she could go back to her orc people. I mean, maybe because she didn't grow up with them, they've disowned her by default or something. Yeah, welcome aboard. And she, I assume, is already mounted, so that will be helpful. Right, so let's find yet another guild master, only to be disappointed. Eventually we'll get a good job or something. Eventually. Where... I feel like we just dealt with this town layout, and yet I still have no idea where he would be. Alright, so here he is. Let's have a quick word. Travelers on the road to Marriage were attacked by Corsairs. I don't know if I can beat Corsairs. Let's see. I'll do it. I don't know if we'll be able to, but I'll accept the job. Alright. And then, I think that's about all we can do right now. I'm not going to visit the Mages Guild just yet, but that's something we'll need to do eventually, I think, in order to buy spells. I'm not sure how spells work for clerics, though. It's pretty straightforward for sorcerers. You just buy a spell book, and then you buy the spells you want. But I think clerics work differently because they're reliant on holy power and not, like, just straight-up magical power. So I'm going to look into it, and I'll see how that works. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here because we're actually a little bit over on time. And so I'm going to have to find a way to cut this down to a watchable length. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed all the characters you guys came up with. I'm looking forward to reading more on them in the comments of this video. I will probably... I haven't decided yet. I may add one of your characters next episode, or I might do it in part 4. Either way, we'll have one pretty soon. And I'm going to try to get some fresh blood in here. There's a lot of you guys that are, consistent contributors on all my videos. And I definitely want to reward that. But I want to get some new people in there as well. I want to, what do you call it? I want to encourage new people to kind of join into that group, if you get my meaning. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Phantasy Calradia with you. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.